Well, hello everybody. In what we call Radio Entrepreneurs Land, we continue to stream stories of entrepreneurship, leadership, and how businesses are dealing with this very fast and ever-changing economy. We like to check in every week with the one and only Marc Z Moment for our Marc Z Moment. Welcome back, Marc.
Thanks, Jeff. Great to be here. Great to share stories and important topics with our listeners.
Okay, so what's the topic du jour?
The topic du jour, I thought, would be very, very helpful and very timely, especially as we're getting into the summer months, are employee benefits. One of the big hooks for companies and firms are different types of benefits that could be helpful to attracting and maintaining good employees. And I'm finding, like I always talk about our business being the lab, as we've done certain types of placement deals with long-term searches or even contract searches, benefits have proved to be very, very important factor when somebody is making a decision as an employee with a firm or a company. Really important.
Is this different than, let's say, 6 months ago? Is this a change at all?
It is different, and it is a change because a lot of companies and firms are pivoting to more time in the office. And they're also pivoting and really looking at ways to think outside the box to have employees who are really engaged and really see the extra benefits of being with an employer. So, for example, a lot more employees or prospective employees are taking the train now as downtown has moved to a much busier place than it was even 6 months ago. And some employers are offering a great transportation allowance. Some employers are also bringing back leaving or calling a day at 3:00 in the afternoon, or saying that the employees or prospective employees could have a virtual day on Friday. So these are ways that employers are looking at situations. Or, for example, a lot of employers see the value of being family oriented. And traditionally, what they've done is they might pay a certain high portion for medical health, but for the individual, and the balance will be paid by the employee if it's a family. And now employers are looking at creative ways to help that employee with that financial burden, because financial commitments for the family plan can be very high. So it's really important to an employee coming in, when they're looking at packages, also, not only are they saying, okay, they have a 401k, which is really important, but they're also looking at the matching component. So that's really important.
I understand things change, styles change, and I think the federal government has really sort of led the charge with, bringing people back to the office in a very strong way. And the problem for me in trying to understand what's going on, again, I like to look at it company to company, industry to industry, is really that I think after COVID, working at home became an entitlement for a whole generation. And I think it's tough for people. It's nice when employers say Friday or leave early on these days, but some of the people I know who have been on a much more flexible schedule based on output for 8 years or so are really having a lot of trouble adapting.
Right, right. Well, there's always going to be a certain segment of employees who are going to be totally remote or significantly hybrid in terms of their employment situation. But other employers really see the value of having that employee in the office. And it's come up with a lot of human resources consideration, a lot of discussions with the executives or the key partners. What's the value of having employees come in? For example, if it's a major law firm, a lot of top partners are not coming into the office, and they need them to come on because they're now looking at that next generation, which is so important to be able to have that interaction. So it continues to be a challenge as employers are looking at the balance between hybrid and being in the office. But there are a lot of different benefits in terms of generally recruiting top talent that has nothing to do with a hybrid situation, has nothing to do with a remote situation, has to do with, for example, there's more focus on mental health alternatives to help the employees. For example, whether it's gym membership, whether it's, mental health days versus just going to a doctor's appointment. There's a lot of different alternatives that employers are looking at that are going to be valuable to their employees.
Right. Mark, always very valuable insights. I know this one is going to be a moving target that's going to change throughout the next year, year and a half. If someone's looking for advice for you, I know it helps in terms of recruiting, making sure you fit the culture you're going to be working for. How would they contact you?
Well, first of all, go on our wonderful Radio Entrepreneurs website, radioentrepreneurs.com. Google Marc Z, M-A-R-C, and the letter Z, and we'll come right up. marczlegal.com, MarcZlegal.com, and 617-338-1300.
I remind everybody you can find Mark Z every week on Radio Entrepreneurs.